Welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Thursday, February 6th. I'm Jimmy Prince with the details. A $6 billion Farmers Credit Support Program was officially launched here earlier today. At Cabinet Room, Minister of Agriculture Saboto outlined that the launch of the program is a very significant juncture in the history of the development of the local agriculture sector. Caesar noted that his ministry welcomes the rolling out of the support initiative to farmers on credit, especially in the harsh economic climate.
We have some 18,000 acres of land in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which have been considered as remaining lands for agriculture. We have farmers who are willing and who are ready to work. However, as a resultant implication of the global financial crisis, we have seen significant financial problems throughout the entire world. In our region and in our country, we have been the recipient of the falling out in the insurance subsector. We have also witnessed over the years the removal of the preferential treatment for bananas. These factors coming together has created a significant deficit in capital available for investment in the farming community and in the agricultural sector.
He noted that the main objective of the credit facility is to ensure that stakeholders create a more resilient agricultural sector.
Today is responding to this very critical and this very important need, and there has been the formation of the Farmers Support Company. This company has been established by the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and will be functioning to ensure that the requisite framework is set in place so that farmers can receive their credit in the most efficient and efficacious manner.
Meantime, Minister Caesar is assuring farmers that the credit facility will operate in the most farmer-friendly environment.
We would have ensured that the farms are very easy to handle and to deal with. These forms will be available at the end of this meeting.
He says his ministry will be launching a national agricultural crusade to get farmers on board.
Going into all the villages, into all the communities, we're going to work very closely with rural transformation because we want to go to meet the farmers. We want to have our meetings in the primary schools, in the learning resource centers, because we want the farmers to benefit significantly in a timely manner, because time is of the essence from these monies which are being made available.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves is saying that the $6 million Farmers Credit Support Program is a grant from Petrocaribe. He noted that farmers will be able to borrow money at 2% interest.
Can't get the money cheaper than that. It is the cheapest. The money is almost a grant when you get it at 2%. I mean, it is very, very cheap money. As you know, when you go to any of the other institutions, you have to borrow money. If you go to NDF, I think it's about 10%, and they offer, and they've done a useful work in credit unions and so on and so forth. I want you to have a lot of breathing space. So whatever you borrow, you can easily put it inside of your farm. It's a business you have, and you pay back. I don't want you to feel that if you borrow a $5,000 and you put it in your farm, and when you get your commodities and so on, and that you get $15,000 out of what you put in, that the $15,000 belong to you, because $5,000 belongs somewhere else.
In other news, a number of high-ranking officials from several countries are expected to visit the state between tomorrow and next week. The first of the visits will be made by Mexico's Minister of External Relations, Dr. Jose Antonio Cobirena, who will arrive here tomorrow. His visit here is part of a tour to the Eastern Caribbean as a show of support for the islands which were affected by the Christmas floods and to pledge the commitment of the government of Mexico to the rebuilding effort. The Mexican minister is expected to arrive in the state at 3:20 p.m. and will be welcomed by Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves at the airport. The party will then travel to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the signing of a memorandum, followed by a media conference at Cabinet Room. Meanwhile, on Monday, the government of Turkey, represented by its honorary consul to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Tansel Akçali, would be handing over a quantity of computers and printers to the government. The official ceremony is scheduled to take place at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs from 9 a.m. Also, the new British High Commissioner to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Her Excellency Victoria Dean, will be here on a 2-day visit next week. She'll arrive here Monday and present letters of introduction to Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves and make courtesy calls on various state officials, including the Governor-General, the Leader of the Opposition, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Then on Friday, the Ambassador of the Russian Federation to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, resident in Guyana, His Excellency Nikolai Smirnov, will be paying a visit here to officially hand over a quantity of medical equipment to the government. The Unity Labour Party will be 100% ready when the election date is called. That's according to party leader, Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves, at a media conference earlier this week. Dr. Gonsalves noted that the party's convention last Sunday was the largest convention ever held since the formation of the ULP.
Largest. And very interesting, the largest number of delegates who came over from North Leeward. And I saw persons there whom I've seen for the first time. And I'm not talking about Frank De Silva, who came to listen, and who I told that he could have come. I'm not talking about Addison Bash Thomas's wife who came. As you know, he's a candidate for the NDP. In fact, one person wanted to take a photograph with me and Mrs. Thomas. And I, out of respect for Mrs. Thomas, I said, no. And the photographer can confirm that she said, no, I want to take a photograph with you. I saw people whom I had not seen before, and there are persons who I had not seen for a long time. And oh, there was such an enthusiastic group of young people also over there.
The Prime Minister noted that the mood at the convention showed that the party was getting into a state of readiness for the election.
Now, it is for me to make the judgment anytime between now and December 2015. And in prayerful consideration, what date it would be. Remember, you know, I didn't want it that way. I went to the constitutional referendum. And you had a 3-month window in which I could call it. But the campaign and said, no. So, the Prime Minister is given the power under the Constitution to advise the Governor-General on the dissolution of Parliament.
And Organo Gold, a Trinidad-based brand that produces high-quality organic green tea, would launch its products here this weekend. Representative of Organo Gold, Monique Hector, is inviting Vincentians to the launch of the products this Saturday at the Methodist Church Hall.
It's different than the normal coffee. It's a healthy coffee. But it's not just coffee alone, but its main focus is on coffee. There we have the soap product, we also have the cream, you know, and those stuff. The public is invited, the business people is invited. We're not discriminating against anybody. Once you have that willing mind to, you know, be a part of it, once you're interested and you want to be a part, forget about qualifications. You just come, but you must have a good personality, of course.
Saturday's launch will run from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. A special concert, a tribute to the late reggae icon Bob Marley, will be held here on Saturday, or that should be Sunday, at Heritage Square. Organizer Winston Papa Easton Lewis told SVG-TV News that this year will make 24 years since he's been honoring the reggae legend, adding that Bob Marley has made a great impact on the world and it is imperative that he be remembered.
So I think it's a good thing that we all keep up the tradition, as me in fact, you know, keep the tradition up. And as a man who was born in the same month, same week, you know what I mean? So it's a good thing for me to keep, as a reggae singer of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, an international reggae singer, to keep up this tradition of the legendary Bob Marley of Jamaica.
He said that Bob was the reggae artist who inspired him to write music.
To me, you know, on my way growing up, even from school, that's who inspired me to sing back in school. You know, I used to get up, sing One Love, you know, sing all the songs that he has and so on. And he really inspired me. That's where I got my inspiration from. And so to me, he's a descendant. He's someone who was sent here to bring a message to the people.
This year, the band Access will take center stage at the tribute concert on Sunday.